underway in the second half. 45 minutes that could shape destinies, and not just in this game but in the wider story of the group. With Nepal already through, with Shubha's bomb strike in the first half, and the stakes have risen for the second 45. For some, it's about control, and for Sri Lanka, it's about survival now. Immediately a free kick. Zakaria has been brought on in place of Mohammed. We saw Sullivan score from a similar distance against Pakistan last evening. Will there be a repetition? Oh, taken shot. Oh, went for the bicycle kick. It wasn't on target. And Mohammed Zaid ruled it outright. And then the cross came in. Went for the acrobatic attempt. A bicycle kick from inside the 18-yard box. Very difficult to execute those techniques. Now Sri Lanka starting on the front foot, looking positive, moving forward aggressively. Exactly how they started against Maldives in the last game. Now the diagonal, Subhash Bam. Tracking him, Mohammed, the team. Now stepping in Hijazi. He scored the equalizer against Maldives with his left foot from just outside the box, which hit the inside of the post and went in. And Zakaria, his partner Hijazi in midfield. Rishad has been replaced. A couple of changes already from Sri Lanka. One in the first half, one right here. No conviction in the clearance. Falls kindly for Subhash Bam. Lovely footwork, Subhash Bam with the acceleration. As Subhash with the turn of pace, Subhash puts in a good cross, and that should have been finished. Danger is still lurking. Too high. Good pressure from Nepal. Alik Shrestha with the hit in the end. And Subhash Bam with a very good ball in. That should have been finished. Was blocked. And on the turn, Alik Shrestha blazing it over. Subhash Bam's a goal that separates the two sides, a lead that has for now taken Nepal in a comfortable stage. And now getting ahead of his marker, the number 10. But couldn't quite get the shot away. And now fouled, earning it somehow, Alik Shrestha, right outside the box. Hijazi bringing him down. And there you go, the battle. A tickle round the back. chance to add a second and perhaps put one foot firmly into the semi-finals. A set piece is often quite turning points in a game, and Nepal will sense the importance of this moment. Sujan Dangal taking it. And the first goal came off an indirect free kick. Sujan Dangal goes for the curler. Didn't get the dip he was looking for. And too much height as well.
Sir, not again, not again. I thought it was the last one.
And they were really troubling the goalkeeper. Nadal Senapala played for Gateway College in Colombo. Opportunities like these come and go, and Nepal won't mind too much, but they know a second goal would bring real comfort. They're searching for that. Sujan Dangal with a beautiful layoff, and the keeper was just a mere spectator. What a brilliant setup from Nepal. Here is that clever back heel from Sujan Dangal towards the on-rushing Alik Shrestha. He could make that chance count.
One play, go! Go!
Another opportunity, and once again it goes begging for Nepal. The 52 minutes played, still just the one goal separating the sides, and Nepal will know they have had chances to put this beyond doubt. After 1-0, the door remains slightly ajar, and that's all Sri Lanka need to stay in the contest. It's often not the chances you take, but the ones you don't that keeps the game alive. Nepal are knocking, but the finishing still eludes them.
Mattuman. Go. Hey! Yalla, Ziad! Double!
Another good take. Comfortable for Nadal Senapala.
Go!
Sri Lanka just haven't quite found that spark today. Not like we saw in the Maldives game, but that could change from this attack. Not touch too many. The energy, the urgency, the cutting edge. In the final third, it all seems a touch missing this evening. And on their day, Sri Lanka can be vibrant, expressive, but today they've struggled to find the same rhythm. At 1-0 down, you feel they need something, a moment to spark, to reignite the challenge. The intent is there, but the inspiration hasn't quite arrived. They're now holding up play. And tries that nutmeg. Ahmed closing it down in time. Sri Lanka took the game by storm against Maldives in the second half. Completely at the opposite end of that spectrum in this game. Nepal are attacking. Sri Lanka a peg back inside their half. Sometimes it's not about a complete transformation. just a subtle shift in tempo, in belief, and Sri Lanka are trying to get there. Where they need an inspiration somewhere or the other. John Bista brought down. Prashant Mokhtar takes it. It's a floated delivery. A couple of players outside the box waiting for it. Hacked away by Sri Lankan defense. That's a terrible back pass. Could be trouble. Away from one. This could be the moment for Sri Lanka. Players arriving. Delays too much. Still manages to. It digs it out. Zakaria. Not the bright idea. On the counter. Here is Nepal. It's 3v3. Now came in from behind, made that run. Subhash Bam from the inner channel. And Nadal Senapala onto the ball. Had to make a forced change. Ahmed Al-Manai in the last game, his first choice keeper Shahid, picked up a very serious head injury. Had to rely on Nadal Senapala, had no other options. The goalkeeper contributed to Maldives' second goal. Ilan Imran with a simple tap in, and in an attempt to clear the ball, he miscued it completely. He came a long way off his line as well, which eventually turned into a scoring opportunity for Maldives. Defeat not going to do good to them unless the next game between Bhutan and Maldives ends in a draw. This is lovely. Sujan Dangal. Still going. Sujan Dangal. Good goalkeeping, Nadal Senapala. Quickly rushing out. No, the job's not done yet. Gurjan Sreshta.
Go Abud, go Abud. Yes, go Hajaji, go. All here. Hajaji, go. Hey, wait.
The likes of Hijazi, Mohammad Khateem, they really need to get involved more. Someone need to take that onus to move the ball forward. Subhash Bam with his threatening lurch from the left hand side have kept the Sri Lankan defense jitters. Even the two fullbacks haven't been functional. Mohammad Maziat and Yasir.
Abdallah. Finish.
A lovely ball. This can split open the Lankan defense. He keeps going off the bar. Subhash Bam. Would you believe it? For the second time this evening. Could have added to his tally of 2 already. Beautiful run, perfectly timed. Extraordinary first touch and then the shot. A terrific vertical movement.
Up, Abdullah, Abdullah. Come. Wide. Come.
Against the woodwork.
Hey, look. My friend, quickly.
Alex Reshta. What about that shift? Oh, so heavy. The first touch somehow manages to get over. Yet again. For the fourth time. And this relationship with the woodwork needs to end for Nepal if they are to extend the margin
Doctor.
and head into the
Go.
last four. The result is still enough to carry them into the semi-final, but this was the attack from the captain. Dharmendra rides the challenge of the crossbar. Fourth time Nepal have struck the woodwork, so close to putting this game to bed, but the second goal just refuses to come. It has been that kind of an evening for the Gorkhas, doing almost everything right, yet denied by the finest of margins. Span of just a few seconds. The bar yet again becoming the barrier. It has been that kind of an evening, doing everything right. At 1-0, the game stays alive and Sri Lanka will take hurt from that. The post stands firm and the contest lingers on. It hasn't been without its moment. Chances missed, pressure absorbed, but Nepal have managed the game with a certain calm. A lot of area. This man Bijoy. Bijoy's cross is partially cleared. Falls to a red shirt. Subhash Baum. Subhash Baum. Wide once more. He ran riot across the Sri Lankan defense. And sometimes the score line doesn't show the right story. Could have been up by multiple goals now. It was Ganesh Magar this time, pardon me, not Subhash Baum, who took that shot.
Hey! Go! Hey, very good. Hey! Come here! Hey, Aywa! Very good. Yes!
A surge after surge, they keep coming forward, probing,
Not
testing,
down!
but still that elusive second goal missing. 64 minutes played and it's chance after chance for Nepal now.
Go.
Ali!
They have stretched Sri Lanka, created openings, struck the woodwork. It's been a performance full of intent. But at just 1-0, the game refuses to settle and that keeps Sri Lanka hanging on. Opportunity is flowing, but the finish still waiting to arrive. Sri Lanka making another change. And remember, Sri Lanka have done this before in their last game. They have scored 3 goals in the second half to turn it around and win. So while Nepal have been dominant, this contest is far from over. Sri Lanka know how to find a way late on. Mustard limping. The injury looks serious. Will be replaced by the number 17. Third change from Ahmed Al-Manai. Adil Ahmed comes on.
Hey, no, no, no. Hey, go, what come? Pressing.
Adil Ahmed replaces injured Mohammad Yasir. The football often has a memory.
Out, out.
Sri Lanka will draw belief from that very recent past. And all it takes is one goal, and suddenly the story begins to change. The past whispers possibility. The present still hangs in the balance. Lovely interchange. Skips past the challenge. They played it right on the edge. The ball was bobbing and eventually it ran away from a red shirt. Hatim comes on as well. Number 17. Here comes Sri Lanka.
Down, 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 down. Go, go. Zaki is
Hatim Mohammed. Nepal are yet to make a substitution. Youth and Shrestha are just relying on these chunk of players he believes can get them over the line this evening. But given the amount of chances they've had, they could have easily buried this. The missed opportunity still keeps Sri Lanka in the contest. 1-0, never a safe scoreline.
Hey, hey, take from there. Hey, take from there. Yeah. Abol, very good. Yeah, very good. Adil, you don't go.
Nepal can become the first team to make it to the semi-finals of this edition of the SAF Under 20 Championship.
Wakadim.
In that case, Sri Lanka will remain second with 3 points from 2 games. And with Maldives facing Bhutan next, that result also gonna make some kind of impact in terms of deciding which team qualifies, which team joins Nepal from Group A into the top 4. Even though there's a lot of time left in the clock, Sri Lanka will steal on a low drive. Optimistic.
Very good price.
Pemba Nodabu will have no problems. From Kathmandu Kickers Academy to Nepal national team. Once Anfa Under 16 Youth League best goalkeeper for Machindra. Couldn't manage to keep a clean sheet against Bhutan, scored conceded late in the game. But Sri Lanka's from a similar kind of area, another attempt.
on time.
This time it's comfortably blocked.
Go. Come. Just sit down.
Hatim,
Yeah, how about?
we haven't seen much of him in this game.
Just it. Yeah. Come. Yeah, you can. Down. Just it. Go down. Yeah. Stay.
Hey, man to man.
Yeah. Don't get beat.
Nepal still holding on to that 1-0 lead.
Very good side.
They created more than enough to be comfortable, but the second goal continues to elude them. Games like these often hinge on that next moment. Either the cushion of a second or the twist of an equalizer. Continues with his run. Evades a couple of red shirts, but couldn't quite get past the third.
Very good. Just play.
The play stopped. The referee just running towards him to have a check. The Big Yam Khatka ready to come on.
Substitution for Nepal.
Sujan Tangol sacrificed.
Replaced by jersey number 11, Bigyan Khatka.
On the 71st minute mark, Urjan Shrestha makes the first change. Here is the man. His dream unfulfilled.